jam. This is the jam, dude.
Yeah, this is...
Graham, you fucking really knocked it out of the park with this one, dude.
Good job, Graham. Feels like New Orleans jazz type of...
It's a Frisco beat. Welcome, everybody, to San Francisco Comic Book Company, issue number 20. So it's going to be me, Rick Grayson, and the Hondo Rick with you today. So Ray and the rest of the SF Comic Book Company, they're up in Seattle right now, visiting the canceled Emerald City Con, which is kind of a bitch because a lot of things are getting canceled all of a sudden right now, you know? Right?
A lot of things are getting canceled. Yeah, man, that's the understatement of the year.
Yeah,
bro.
dude.
It's like, oh man.
Have you guys been affected yet? Like, have you been affected by the cancellations of a lot of stuff?
Yeah. I mean, my day job is it's just a matter of time before they start canceling my day job. And I think they're gonna start canceling my night job shows and stuff that I work. I work for live music industry, and of course that was the first casualty, you know.
That's scary too, man, because you do get a lot of people at all these different venues, you know. But
I mean, I feel your pain, everybody out there, you know, and it's going to trickle into every type of business, you know.
Oh, no, believe me, I'm feeling it. And I'm sorry that we're having to start off with something like coronavirus.
Yeah.
But once again, it's really affecting, like, everybody's, like, daily lives. It's affecting mine. It's affecting his.
Yes.
It's affecting, you know, some people that I know that were going to be going to Emerald City Con. You know, I have friends up there that are going just to enjoy Seattle, get out of town, and just have a good time, you know. But I got a friend here who really had his heart set on going. Now he's not heading out there anymore.
I'm not going.
Yeah. So I have a friend who's also going to spring training, and now Major League Baseball is talking about also suspending.
Yes.
The NBA is possibly suspending. I've also heard that the SEC is going to be suspending games. March Madness is about to get suspended, folks.
Oh, wait. So you haven't been watching news too much.
I don't watch the news at all.
Okay, so...
First of all, I don't want to be berated with a whole bunch of hate, you know?
March Madness was canceled for the women and the men.
Wow.
NBA season is on hold, basically canceled until maybe
No. On hold, because I want to keep those games.
I don't think they're going to rake them up. They're going to... cut the games and then maybe resume it around playoff time.
But they won't play on empty courts and stuff like that. I think the Warriors were doing that.
I heard they canceled.
Okay.
I mean, I read they canceled, and of course, major festivals are being canceled. You know, South by Southwest.
Yeah, South by Southwest. I heard was canceled. That's bullshit, man. E3 got canceled. I was gonna have E3 got canceled. I was about to try to have my friend Sam, One Leg Sam. Shout out to One Leg Sam. Everybody following him on his Twitch Prime, or his gaming stream. But I was gonna have a friend on here who actually talks a lot of video games, and the reason I didn't want to bring him on is that they canceled E3 and everything that was expected to happen and games that were going to be dropped, but. It's just one of those things that I didn't want to bring somebody on to talk about shit that didn't happen because of the goddamn coronavirus one more time.
Yeah, well, you know, it's pretty much gonna be in all our lives, and we just gotta, you know, take care of ourselves.
Wash your hands. Like Ray said, quote Ray, you know, wash your ass. Everybody, please wash your ass.
If you're able to quarantine yourself, then, you know, that's recommended.
Don't live in fear. Just take care of yourself.
I may have sounded like I made light of it.
I made light of it.
And it's really serious. And again, you know, all the people out there that are being affected by it, I feel your pain. And just take care of yourselves. Reach out to other people. Reach out to your friends. Reach out to your family. You know, just you know, cheer each other up. Support each other. Be there for each other. You know, and be safe. Be careful. You know, just take care of yourselves.
Take care of yourselves, guys.
You know, that's what I want to say.
So we were talking about things that were canceled. So my whole thing is I love the entertainment world. I love movies. I love shows. So they've already canceled stuff like Grey's Anatomy as far as TV, Card Sharks. You know, these game shows.
Wow.
The morning show, Real Time with Bill Maher, got canceled.
Wow.
Riverdale has stopped production. Grace and Frankie has stopped production. Survivor. The Amazing Race, NCIS, NCIS LA, NCIS New Orleans. Shit, this is a long list.
Oh my god!
Tonight Show with starring Jimmy Fallon. Late Night with Seth Meyers. Late Show with Stephen Colbert. It's films. Wow, they stopped production on Shang-Chi.
Yes.
Wow, it's a Marvel movie coming out in one of the next couple of years. Yeah, Mission Impossible 7 has stopped production. Birds of Paradise, and I believe Winter Soldier and Falcon has also stopped production for Disney Plus.
Wow.
Yeah, it's just up and down the line. It's really affecting our daily lives, and I really hope that the easiest way to fucking take care of this problem, guys, is really just wash your hands. Just take care of yourself in business, and let's just go there.
Yes.
So, segueing from coronavirus to the first trailer that we want to talk about is there's a movie called Infection. It's 2009. I want to say it's 2019.
But it hasn't been.
It hasn't been released in the United States just yet. It's a Venezuelan film, and I like movies that come from other countries that are like, because one of the things that we get from other countries, our first things usually like horror.
Right.
Horror is the thing that usually does a little bit bigger. That and like rom-coms, but yeah, this looked kind of. I wasn't too impressed with it. It's like I kind of thought Train to Busan's great for
yes.
as part of Korean cinema. They kind of bring something else. This just kind of felt like the same old song and dance when it came to like zombie movies.
Zombie movies? I mean, I would still give it a chance though, because you can't judge it really too much off its trailer.
Very true.
Right? True. I mean, it's saying that it's a social satire. That's what it was usually described. And if it's a social satire, then it'll have a good message behind it.
Usually horror movies and sci-fi flicks kind of lend themselves to like satirizing like political and like signs of the time situations.
Yeah,
and
yeah.
That's one thing I really love about those movies, by the way. But you know what? Based on that, I was gonna just give up on it and like, yeah, I'll fucking check it out when it fucking like jumps on like a streaming service.
Right.
But I do want to check it out. Now I do.
They're probably gonna hold back on the release though because of the name Infection with all this.
I know, right? It's almost like how they stopped that movie Big Trouble with Tim Allen and Rene Russo after 9/11 because it was a bomb on a plane.
Yeah.
Which is kind of sucks.
They
it's just like
that Arnold Schwarzenegger movie too after 9/11.
Which one? Not True Lies.
No. This was after 9/11.
9/11. Which was it? Arnold Schwarzenegger movie? Shit, I'm not prepared for this one.
It was about a terrorist.
Terrorist attack.
Yeah, something like that. I forgot what it's called. But, anyways,
we're becoming way too sensitive as a nation. I'm talking to him like Colbert now. Like nation, you guys need to relax. Just go with it. You know what? Movies are meant to take us out of the realm. Sometimes we're put right into like our reality. But you have to remember that you're still watching a movie.
I mean, this is the beginning of it too. At the beginning of all this, of the coronavirus. So I think people are taking precautions now, but hopefully those restrictions will be lifted after we get an idea of what's going on. I mean, we just gotta hope for the best, But I don't know. Getting back to Infection, it looks interesting. I'll give it a chance,
Oh, okay. You know what? I wasn't gonna go with it, but now I'll probably look for it on one of those pirated sites.
It's a Spanish Venezuelan zombie apocalypse movie. With social satire.
I'm glad you mentioned that it's a Venezuelan movie because that's the big thing. That's why I kind of watch a trailer to begin with. I like movies from other countries.
Yeah, me too.
Especially when it comes to horror because it kind of lets you see what another perspective. Because in America, we kind of got into the whole Hostel, Saw, all this over gore, over blood kind of horror. It took us away from the psychological horror of like somebody like being scared of Hannibal Lecter. Like just fucking with you in that way. It's always been like more visual like for us lately. That's why I'm kind of glad with the whole Paranormal Activity, but then that gave birth to a whole bunch of that reality hidden cam kind of flick, and you kind of lose me after a while at Paranormal Activity. Then you had what was the other one? God, there were so many of them. Why am I blanking right now? Oh, like Blair Witch.
Oh,
Blair Witch also did it. It's just
right. Yeah. Well, I mean, yeah. A lot of foreign flicks are remade in English because they're so good.
Yeah.
So The Ring.
And they're remaking they're remaking Parasite as a show now, dude.
The girl with the dragon tattoo
is
also a remake. Let the Right One In.
Let the Right One In.
So many movies, and I think Parasite, although it won Best Picture, that would be a good movie to remake in English.
They're actually going to remake that.
Oh, TV show. That's
TV
right.
show.
Yeah.
Ruffalo is going to play the dad, which is kind of awesome. So moving on from that, we're going to talk about Transformers: War for Cybertron. I just showed you the trailer.
Yeah, you just showed me the trailer, man. I'm in. It looks great, man. Optimus Prime says something like, "This isn't about a war anymore. It's about survival. Like, we got to unite." And I don't know. I kind of seen that as like a message for like
everything
society right now. Like, we have to really unite and stop thinking about war with each other, and just because it's all about survival. And I love that that resonated with me. I just saw the trailer, and it looks great. It looks awesome. The animation looks cool. Netflix is bringing it. Oh man, I think we're in for a treat.
You know what? Me and my friend were talking. My friend Raul. We were talking about who are some of the people that you would follow into battle based on just like a speech alone. Optimus Prime is fucking up there. If you're not listening to Optimus Prime speeches and getting fucking riled up, you have no soul. You got no soul. I forget. We didn't do introductions because that's Optimistic Prime over here in Negatron. So we're talking about Cybertron, Transformers. So,
Optimistic Prime.
Optimistic Prime, Negatron. Fuck, Ray, you fucking planned this one out. Good on you, bro.
Yeah. So basically, Cybertron is destroyed or on the tipping point of like disaster.
Yeah.
And that's why Optimus Prime is like, we gotta survive and stop warring with each other. Oh man, what a wonderful message! Like, I don't know, maybe I'm reading into it too much, but I'm in. Like, the animation looks great. I love the voicing, the voice actors, and and who doesn't like Transformers? Come on, if you're watching this show, I'm pretty sure you like Transformers, man. At least a little bit,
So, like, my whole thing with Transformers is I've been a big fan since I was a kid. Of course, running home from school, getting ready, turning on the TV on, trying to finish my homework because I'm watching Transformers. They're going to have a lot of the old school Transformers in front I'm looking at. It's Optimus Prime, Megatron, Bumblebee, Starscream, Shockwave, Ultra Magnus, Wheeljack, RC, Mirage, Ironhide, Cliffjumper, Sideswipe, and Skywarp. So, if you guys haven't been watching a lot of the Netflix shows, they've been a lot more hit than miss with a lot of the Netflix stuff.
Oh yeah.
So, if you've watched Castlevania, Castlevania is actually a good show, a great cartoon. Great anime, because it's animated and it's beautiful. It kind of keeps to the whole legacy of the game, and it follows it very well. Great animation. I think this is the same studio. I could be wrong, but if it's Netflix doing stuff right now, Netflix is really going no wrong. I really thoroughly enjoyed Lock and Key. I love Stranger Things. I love Glow. I loved just numerous shows. Mindhunters. It's a dope fucking
network.
Yeah, it's a dope network. if you trip on it, the only network that actually does anything better to me than Netflix right now is probably HBO. HBO they do not fail. So yeah, HBO. So Transformers, it's a big thumbs up for me. Sounds like it's a big thumbs up for you, right?
Indeed,
so
yes.
Yeah, so Transformers, it's gonna be pretty big. So going from Transformers, we're talking about HBO. Yes. HBO is actually going to be bringing out. I've been talking about it for a long time. I don't even have it like queued up here, which kind of sucks. Oh yes, I do. Here we go. So HBO is going to be bringing out The Last of Us, which is a beautiful and heart-wrenching game for any gamer that's ever played it. So you're not much of a gamer, right?
I'm not much of a gamer. I like video games, but I don't game much. I don't have a current system.
Okay.
Per se.
Yeah. So like my whole thing with this show or with this game was, with any game, is when you take a character and you start playing them for a long time, and there's other characters that you interact with.
Yeah.
And then you lose one of those characters.
Oh,
it's like, yeah, especially that it's in a game, because a game is usually about maybe 35 to 40 hours of content.
Okay.
Let alone like 2 hours of a like a movie. So you're with this character maybe about 3 or 4 hours.
Yeah.
5 hours getting to know him, and then they get taken from you.
Oh wow.
In a really fucked up way. You know, so
I can see you getting all mad.
Not just mad, dude. I get sad, like, oh, dude, like I'm like wiping tears, like, you motherfuckers. You know, they did it. Final Fantasy VII, bastards. They're gonna they're gonna get me again. I already know.
Spoiler alert.
Spoiler alert. They're gonna get you, fucking. So this movie, or this game, they kind of do that to you with like a family member. So later on, you actually kind of adopt somebody else as that they take on that role of that lost family member.
Yeah.
So, you know, you're caring for this person, and now you're trying to do everything you can to make this person survive. Unless you're like the fucking asshole gamer who just wants to like fuck them, let them die. But there is that gamer. But it makes you care about characters. This one's coming from I don't know if you've seen Chernobyl.
I've seen the first like 2 or 3 episodes, and it's intense, man.
Is it?
Yeah, I don't know why I stopped. I think just because I get distracted and I start doing other things. Instead, I just need to sit down and watch it.
So yeah,
but
Last of Us is being ran by the same things.
Yeah, if it's from the same group who made Chernobyl, yeah, then it's a pretty good. Yeah, it looks like it'll be definitely something worth watch.
So, I don't know if you haven't seen what the characters look like, right?
No.
Okay,
no.
so there are already a lot of fans are like throwing pictures out there of who they want out there. They want Nicholas Coster-Waldau.
Oh yeah.
So especially the fact that he's already been with HBO.
Yeah.
They can actually hopefully get this guy, and he's an amazing actor.
Jamie Lannister
from Game of Thrones. There you go. Good shit.
Yeah.
Good shit, good knowledge. But so I'm personally excited for The Last of Us. Like, so I had a friend, my boy Juan, he said like he was really scared for this movie as a gamer, as a pure gamer. But I tried to tell him, like, it's not TV, dude. This is HBO. HBO definitely brings you with productions. You got Westworld, you have Deadwood, Sopranos,
Watchmen.
Watchmen was amazing.
So good.
Game of Thrones, even some of their 30-minute.
The Outsider.
I have yet to watch it.
I have to finish it, man.
I haven't started yet. This guy is fucking guilty on that one.
It's good. Yeah. It's good. Yeah. Really good.
I need to watch it, and especially that I know that the last allergies. Yeah, don't sneeze on me, bro.
Excuse me.
He's infected. So everybody knows, if I die, it was patient 0 over here.
Infection, like...
Infectious. Is that your wrestler name? Infectious.
So, I have an infectious attitude.
See, I'm going to segue into a really fucked up thing after talking about, like, infections and dying.
Yeah.
So, the Hollywood... Oh, not just Hollywood, but the whole world just lost somebody like super big in Hollywood, and to me this kind of affected me very, very big, because this was one of the movies I used to watch as a child. As fucked up as I am, that kind of got me into horror. Is Max Von Sydow just passed?
Yeah,
maybe not a week ago, right?
Yeah, just on Monday?
I think so.
It's Thursday now, so just less
March
than a week
8th. He passed away on March 8th.
Yeah, today's what, the 12th?
Yeah.
So 4 days ago?
Yeah, on Monday.
Yeah. Man, he was a great actor, man. I heard he did 7 decades of
film.
Of film.
Wow.
7 decades, 70 years, man. That is crazy. That's a run. You know what I mean? Like that.
Yeah.
You know, yeah. Rest in peace, Max Von You said Sydow?
Max Von Sydow.
Oh, okay. I thought it was Sydow. Max Von Sydow.
I think it's... I want to say it's Sydow. I don't want to sound like a fucking asshole.
Either way, he's dope actor.
So he's known as Father Merrin from The Exorcist.
Yes.
A super iconic role. He's also done... I think he's also in Star Wars. He was in the Force Awakens.
Yeah, I'm glad he made that franchise.
Yeah.
At the last, like, because he's one of those actors that deserve to be in the franchise of Star Wars, you know. Oh, he was in Game of Thrones, the Three-Eyed Raven. Yeah.
He was in Game of Thrones as well.
I'm
just
played
looking at the
Death
list.
in the Seventh Seal, the old 50s Ingmar Bergman film. I have yet to see it, but
he was in The Tudors.
I hear it's good. The Tudors. I liked his role as the king in Conan the Barbarian.
Yeah,
he plays a king and he just throws these jewels at Conan, and he's like, "Take them, take these jewels."
As bad as it was, I do like him in Judge Dredd as Judge Fargo. He like his last thing to save Dredd's life. I'm going to walk the cursed earth.
And
man.
we can't forget Ming the Merciless.
Ming the Merciless, Flash Gordon.
Yeah. That
he's a miracle.
Yeah, man. He's really one of those just a great actor. He's been around to get a run like that, to be 70 years on film, and that definitely that says something about you, like.
Yeah, I mean, he started his career in 1949, and I mean, he's done so many roles. I'm just looking at some of the movies that he's done. The Diary of Anne Frank. He was like
he played Jesus in The Greatest Story Ever Told. Wow.
Yeah.
Okay.
I mean, he's probably been in a lot of things that everybody's seen, and you probably will, if you show a picture of him, you'll recognize the face. I mean, it's somebody you can't really miss.
Right.
And he really is one of the best. I mean, we always speak in hyperbole when we talk about people. We want to say, oh, they were greatest in this, but Max von Sydow really was like an actor's actor. He could do no wrong. Yeah. He did every kind of flick. He did genre flicks. He was in Dune.
Wasn't he in this Tom Hanks, or not Tom Hanks?
Who?
Was it a Tom Hanks? Is it like a 9/11 story?
Was he?
Yeah, he plays like. Oh man.
Well, let me see. He was in what? Dreams May Come, Sleepless, Druids, Intacto, Minority Report. He was the director. He was in The Diving Bell and the Butterfly. Wow, yeah. That's an interesting movie. He was in Rush Hour 3. Right after you said that, he was in Rush Hour 3. All right, so come on, man. This guy. Here we go. For Bo. He was in Solomon Kane. Solomon Kane.
Shout out to
Bo. The Southerner Supreme. Shout out to Bo, Southern Supreme. Yeah, I mean, he was in a Star Wars movie, so he had a great career. And if you want to take a look at some work by Max von Sydow, definitely go check out The Exorcist. Is my biggest recommendation.
Extremely Loud and Incredibly Close is the post 9/11 movie.
That's the one right there. The Renter.
Yeah.
He's an amazing actor. So definitely go check out anything by the late great Max von Sydow.
Yeah. Rest in peace.
Rest in peace. So let's. Damn, I'm segueing pretty good right now. So let's go to another thing that's resting in peace. Is Disney Plus canceled their unannounced Tron series? So yeah, were you a fan of Tron?
This doesn't have to do with coronavirus, does it?
No.
Okay, it's just canceled.
I think
right?
it had a thing about that the Tron Legacy movie sucked ass.
You thought it sucked ass?
At the box office, it did. I
liked it, man.
I'm a gamer, dude. I love these kind of things.
It even has a soundtrack by Daft Punk. Oh man,
yeah.
That soundtrack. Like,
if you haven't listened to the soundtrack by Daft Punk, if you have Apple Music or Spotify, definitely check that shit out.
Yeah.
It's an amazing soundtrack.
I like the original Tron too, man. It was
Jeff Bridges and fucking what's his name?
Yeah, and David Warner, I think is the
David
bad guy.
Warner's the bad guy.
Bad guy?
Is it Bruce Boxleitner or Leitner?
I think he's in that one.
He's Tron.
Tron, okay.
Yeah, he plays a Tron character.
Yeah, man. That was groundbreaking when it first came out back in the 80s. The original Tron, you know, it was like, and the video game was cool too.
Video game was
with the light cycles. The light cycles are dope.
I think the light cycles is probably like the pinnacle of the whole fucking like special effect shit in the fight. I mean, it's a pretty much a boss battle.
Man, I wanted a light cycle myself, man. I still want a light cycle.
I think we all want light cycles.
Man, yeah, but too bad that Tron got canceled. You know what? I think it would make a great animation type of series. Tron, like an animated.
Yeah,
like
you know, like almost like a Clone Wars kind of
a
thing.
Yeah, I think that would be a good idea. So
I can see that.
Thank you, Disney. Thank you.
Well, I don't. I think they were giving up on it because of that. It just didn't do well. The Tron Legacy didn't do well at the box office. I mean, they can't blame that. You know, it's sometimes when you write a shitty movie, you really can't bank on like actors to kind of bring it out of the fucking hellhole. Unless you got some really box office guys coming out there, like, you know, it'd have to be like a fucking ensemble cast to bring it out. I mean, you pretty much only had Jeff Bridges and Jeff Bridges.
Right.
You had Garrett Hedlund. I'm not sure who. I forgot who else was in
Legacy. I can understand why it didn't do so well. I mean. Yeah, there's just not enough to really attract viewers. I mean, in Tron. So
for me, it just feels like Disney never really had faith in it to begin with.
But the concept of Tron
is great.
Is basically a human going into a video game world, right?
Exactly.
What a great concept! Like
Ready Player One did that very well.
Yeah, Ready Player One did that very well.
You know,
so as a concept, but I think that was the first one to do that.
Oh, dude, this was light years ahead of everything.
Everything, right? Everything. Like the guy gets sucked into the video game world, and
wow, that was like an amazing scene too. Like if you remember the original Tron, Jeff Bridges kind of gets like frozen in the scene.
Oh yeah,
and he just kind of gets pixelated and like dumped into the world. But yeah, it just felt like Tron from the beginning was like it was destined to fucking fail. Like they really didn't. If you have faith behind a project, you really push it, and like if you're gonna make a game on it, you got to try to make at least a good game based on a movie kind of based in video games and a video game kind of a thing. It just felt like it was like a little lazy. So yeah, so in Tron Legacy, you had Jeff Bridges and Bruce Boxleitner coming back. Michael Sheen, who's a great actor, but he was kind of like thrown away in that one. And then you had Olivia Wilde, who, you know, she was just a pretty face at the time. I don't want to call her like a groundbreaking Katharine Hepburn kind of an actress, but that, you know, that's what Hollywood does with a lot of these actresses. Garrett Hedlund, who I thought should have been Flash, by the way. Fucking Ezra Miller, get the fuck out of there. Garrett Hedlund for my that'd be my pick for Barry Allen.
For Flash? Okay.
Yeah, that's my pick for Barry Allen. You know, he's a pretty good. He would have been a good Flash. Look at that guy. Look at that guy. That's Barry Allen right there.
It's a bummer that that this show is not getting made. You know.
Yeah, I know. Animated would be good though.
Animated would be good.
I think they'd save a lot of money doing that.
So you're welcome, Disney. You know.
Hey, if you guys ever hear that Disney's doing a fucking animated Tron shit, just give this guy, you know, some be a witness. Be a witness. That way he can fucking go after them and shit. So fucking he can get his money. That's because it's kind of bullshit. So staying on the Disney Plus kind of side of everything. Yes. Another one we kind of talked about Captain Falcon, or I said Captain Falcon, Falcon and Winter Soldier getting halted by production for the coronavirus. But another thing that's coming out, dude, Hawkeye. I thought they canceled Hawkeye because of some shit that Jeremy Renner got into.
Really?
Yeah, you know, like people were talking shit about Jeremy Renner, and it looked like Hawkeye was going to get put on hiatus or that they were stopping it. But yeah, Hawkeye's going ahead.
Right. Yeah. I think Jeremy Renner's all in. Right. He's all in it, and they can tie it into WandaVision and the Falcon and the Winter Soldier.
How many shows do they got coming?
They got Moon Knight too, right?
Yeah. Well, Moon Knight.
She-Hulk.
She-Hulk.
Wow.
Oh,
yeah.
What If? Is What If?
Oh no, I think What If is an animated series.
What If's gonna be animated?
Yeah.
Oh, that's gonna be dope.
You could go anywhere with that.
You're just gonna have voices, which is probably gonna be sick. You're gonna have like the guys doing.
Jeffrey Wright is gonna be the voice of the Watcher.
No way.
Yeah, that's beautiful, man. Anybody who knows Jeffrey Wright, he's in Westworld. He's been in a ton of movies.
Basquiat.
Like his big breakout
that's
role.
his big breakout role. Basquiat. He was all. I think he played Dr. King. I can't remember the movie. It wasn't Selma, but he played Dr. King. I'm not sure. It could have been a fucking HBO movie, but he did play Dr. King. He played Muddy Waters in Cadillac Records.
Oh wow, no, I haven't seen that.
Yeah. So yeah, Jeffrey Wright. He's a great actor with a great voice. So that's sick. He's gonna be the Watcher. I didn't know that.
So like now Hawkeye is starting to sound pretty good because all these shows are like they're gonna be tied into each other. They're gonna be kind of like
It's MCU.
It's MC Universe. So yeah, Marvel Cinematic Universe just on TV, and yeah, the number one thing I'm excited about though is What If, but yeah, Hawkeye. You can get some good villains in it. You can get some good fighting in it.
I'm not real versed with Hawkeye. It's not one of my guys that I really follow. Who are his villains?
Yeah, that's one. Like he doesn't. I don't know.
He doesn't really have his villains. He gets just like the usual cadre of villains. Or
yeah,
something?
the Avengers villains. He's more like he teams up with the Avengers. He's an Avenger. So like.
So out of the MCU,
they really haven't as far as I know, in comic books I've read, even the great Hawkeye series by Matt Fraction, I believe.
Yeah, you guys are telling me about that one.
Oh man, that is a fantastic series. I highly recommend it, and one day I'll talk about it. But he doesn't really have any super villains.
So
he's just more fighting street crime and
So
he's
what
a great character though.
What would you hope for this show? Do you think they're gonna do just the everyday life of Hawkeye, or they're gonna actually just include something, probably like a villain from the MCU? I don't know who they could have as a villain. Somebody new, somebody completely from the MCU. Who was the guy who put himself into the computer in Winter Soldier? His name is escaping me right now. The Hydra.
Not MODOK.
Yeah, I was gonna say MODOK too. He was a doctor.
Yeah. What's his name?
Put you on the spot.
I am drawing a blank. It'll come back to me.
But yeah, the guy Arnim Zola.
I got
it before you.
Yeah, good job.
Yeah. So Arnim Zola. So do you think they can bring back because who's the actor? Toby. God.
Yeah.
It's Toby something.
I was gonna say Toby Keith.
No, it's not Toby Keith.
Country singer.
Country singer Toby Keith, which Bo would be fucking super juiced about.
Nah, Bo don't like country. He's trying to get away from that, even though he's a Southern bastard.
He's a Southerner. So yeah, I would somebody like Arnim Zola to be a villain in the whole thing.
Yeah, I don't know, man. I mean, maybe his strength doesn't rely on his villains. I don't know.
So he's more like a personal kind of a story? You think we'll get Kate Bishop?
Yes, they're gonna have Kate Bishop. They're gonna have the Lady Hawkeye.
Maybe they can transition from.
And she's a cool character too. Yeah. He's kind of like her mentor.
So, do you think the show would be something to be used to transition Jeremy Renner out of the role to somebody younger?
I think so.
That could happen.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Then maybe they can make a young Avengers. Maybe they can make a young Avengers.
It's
not going to be that young then. Probably.
Yeah, I think they are going to eventually do Young Avengers. I think so.
Okay.
Yeah. Yeah, well, you know, I don't know. Maybe I'm being easy, like
a Sunday morning?
Yeah, I'm being like Sunday morning. But yeah, no, I'm looking forward to it. Just please do it at some point, as a springboard for other shows and things like that. Yeah, let's hope it's good,
All right. So, So this is a topic I've been wanting to talk about for ages, and I'm glad that James Gunn just talked about this right now. So for Suicide Squad, he is going with a lot more practical effects over CG, which I'm hoping, because I know Suicide Squad, so it's going to be a lot more explosions, a lot of real explosions, not some CG bullshit. A lot of probably. It's going to be a lot of gunfire in that movie, so it's not going to be fake gunfire. And this has been the biggest battle, I think, with movie makers for the last maybe since probably like Jurassic Park or something, like maybe even the Terminator. Like, when to use CG over practical effects, and I think practical effects just bring like beauty to stuff. It gives it more of a realm of reality.
One of my favorite movies of all time is all practical effects, and that's John Carpenter's The Thing.
That's great.
Right? Like, that is just fantastic, and you don't need CGI if you can make it like that. I like that James Gunn is going for the more practical effects. It looks cooler. And, that's good. That's great news to hear. I'm glad James Gunn is all in. I think Suicide Squad is going to be good, the sequel. With James Gunn at the helm, and just him saying that he's going to do practical effects over CGI. He prefers it. That's music to my ears, man, right there, I'm sure a lot of people are with us on that, because sometimes CGI is just too much, man. Again, I think of like the old Hulk movies, the ones that came out, the Ang Lee and
they were kind of overblown.
It looked kind of like Shrek,
yeah,
to me, and I was just kind of like,
it gets you out of the realm of like this could be real. Like, that's one thing I loved about The Thing. It put you into an actual world, and you're actually seeing like, it's a fake limb, of course, but limbs are getting cut off.
Right.
Things are getting bitten through. There's an actual little alien scampering around and everything. And it just adds more of like the realm of like, I don't want to say reality. Like, it's just more, it
just looks cooler, man.
It does look cool.
Especially blood, like that's what Ray would say.
Well, yeah,
like
Ray.
blood,
I know Ray. Like, so I know for one thing,
CGI blood sucks. He's like
Ray hates Ninja Assassin because of too much CGI blood, and a lot of the issues that he has with 300 is it's CGI blood. It's a lot of fucking just fake ass blood. I don't want fake blood. If I see the blood like leave somebody's body, I want to see it splatter on shit. I don't want to fucking just see it just like disappear. It didn't happen. I want. Some realm of that it looks fucking cool and shit. And for people who don't know who James Gunn is the guy who directed Guardians of the Galaxy. Yeah. He executive produced Brightside, which a lot of people hate on, but I thoroughly enjoyed.
Of course, you're Mr. Brightside.
Yeah. Whoa, there you go. Troll? Are you trolling me? So he also did Slither. He's a great filmmaker. And he actually, Disney fired him from.
Slither, wow.
Yeah, Slither was great, man. Disney fired him after he made some early tweets, just some offhanded remarks, offhanded jokes and shit. But we all make fucking stupid jokes back then, Twitter was new, so they found a tweet from he made like 5-6 years ago. It was in poor taste, but he said it. He did, and he apologized for it. But Disney still wanted to fire his ass. The moment he goes and he starts making a movie for DC, they hire his ass to do Guardians of the Galaxy Part 3 again. Just to show how good of a filmmaker this guy is.
Yeah.
And I'm happy that a guy like him has said this. because throughout like all these movies, like they're like in so many years. Name a movie that you thought would have benefited from dropping CGI to go into practical effects.
Ooh, wow, something that's CGI should have went practical effects. Well, again, those Hulk movies, I think.
Yeah, because you could have done. You could. I mean, other than maybe the Hulk, because I think Marvel kind of did their CGI a little bit better than the Ang Lee Hulk. Ang Lee just pretty much he's hella green. He's hella like a lime green.
That's kind of hard though, because I mean, like I really liked 1917, but I think a lot of that was CGI, but it was well done.
Because they have to but that's more of.
I don't know.
They're kind of recreating certain things.
Yeah, that's a tough one. Now, I'm sure there's a lot of movies, you know, Ninja Assassin Blood and I get.
Like for me, one of them to me, so I was a big fan of all these KBHK movies, which is in San Francisco. It was a UHF channel back in the 80s and 90s, and they always showed the Ray Harryhausen movies.
Oh yeah. So
things like you can still do practical effects with like Jason and the Argonauts, Sinbad, Seventh Voyage of Sinbad, of course Clash of the Titans, which they remade, and it was shit because it was over CG.
Yeah,
just way too much goddamn CG. There's a good
example right there.
Yeah, right. It was just over CG on it. You could have did practical effects on it. And especially with the way the practical effects have evolved over the last 20 to 30 years, it's a lost art. And I'm glad that James Gunn is really bringing it back. Like, you know, I think... So a movie that had practical effects that I really enjoyed was like a movie like Congo.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, the gorilla looks... Yeah, it looks a little fake, but just imagine if they would have did this full-on CG gorilla.
Yeah. Back then, too? Like, nah.
Oh, so a perfect example of too much CG in a movie today that shouldn't be CG at all is Call of the Wild.
Oh, I haven't seen that.
Well, I haven't seen it either because I just saw the trailer for it. And they use a CGI dog for the dog Buck in Call of the Wild. If you haven't read Call of the Wild, it's a book by Jack London. Good knowledge, bro. Good knowledge. So it's a book by Jack London, a Bay Area, California native, and it's about a dog's like journey. It's pretty much an animal's story of how it starts off living, you know, in a lap of luxury. I think he lives in Palo Alto or with a judge, in San Mateo with a judge, and he gets stolen from his home, taken to the Klondike areas of Alaska where he's pretty much sold into like slavery. Beautiful fucking dog. It has him like fighting all these other sled dogs for supremacy and to become the lead dog. Eventually, which it does. Then it escapes, finds. It's beautiful. But if you look at the trailer for this new one, they use the CGI dog.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Wait, wasn't the one?
I think Harrison Ford's in it.
Wasn't the old school one with?
I don't know if they've ever made another one.
No, didn't they make one?
They made White Fang.
Oh, White Fang.
Yeah, that's what Ethan Hawke.
Ethan Hawke.
Ethan Hawke. Yeah.
I liked that a lot.
That was a good movie.
Yeah,
it was a good. That's a good Jack London. It's also a Jack London movie.
Oh yeah, okay.
It's also a Jack London tale. But it just pissed me off when I'm like looking at like all of this shit, and I'm like, dude, you could have just got a beautiful dog. There are amazing animals out there that they use in movies. That it's. I mean, what was the orangutan's name from Every Which Way But Loose? Clyde. Yeah, Clyde. I mean, there's so many amazing animals that they've used, and now they're doing CG because they want to do like reactions. Sorry, Hollywood. This is why that movie's gonna get universally panned. I guarantee you that movie did shit. I think it was released already, but I guarantee you it did shit.
Yeah.
Just because of that. It's one of my favorite books. One of the few books that I actually shelled out like for like a beautifully hardbound copy. I like shelled out like fucking $150-$170 for that book. It's one of my favorite books, like of all time. I would say literary, like gems. That'd probably be one of my top 10 books.
Classic.
Yeah, like it'd be one of my top 10 classics. You know, it's not Harry. It's not like a Harry Potter type of a book. It's up there with like, you know, classics like, you know, like Dickens or
Moby Dick.
Yeah, I forgot.
Don Quixote.
Yeah, exactly. It's you know, a tale of two cities.
Oh yeah.
It's right up there, and the fact that I'm not sure, it could have been Disney, but the fact that Disney kind of took this particular book and just CGI'd the animal, just it's one of those things that when you look at it, you're like, yeah, you guys.
Oh, that's right, Harrison Ford, huh?
Yeah, I can't remember the trailer.
Yeah.
They have the dog kind of doing like, you know, like it has like human features, like when it smiles or just like kind of gives like a little look. I would rather see that like look come out of an actual dog.
Just
and they've done it before.
Have a Wookiee instead.
Yeah, you know. What was that dog? They made a movie called Bingo. All right, I remember Bingo. They made Bingo, fucking, and Bingo. No CGI dog there, but Bingo was killing it throughout the whole fucking movie. So, yeah.
Bingo was his name.
Bingo was his name. All right. So, we talked a lot of shit.
Yeah.
Let's jump into our pull list for the week.
Pull list. Okay.
Yeah, let's talk about pull list, Alex. What do you got? Let's start with you, bro.
So pull list. I picked up this book. I haven't read it yet. It's by James Tynion IV. It's called "Something Is Killing the Children."
Oh shit! This looks like something I really want to fucking read.
And it says it's the monsters who should be afraid. When the children in a sleepy town in America go missing, everything seems hopeless. But the ones that do survive have terrible stories. And the arrival of a mysterious stranger who believes the children. Her name is Erica Slaughter. She kills monsters. That is all she does. And she bears the cost because it must be done.
Dude,
wow.
It sounds like fucking
when Friday the monsters gotta be afraid.
Friday the 13th Part 4. That's that one guy. I wonder if she's gonna get killed like he does. Oh, they're killing me. Oh, he's killing me.
I mean, James Tynion IV is good at horror type of genre type stuff. So I'm looking forward to reading that.
Oh.
And I'll in a future show I'll probably tell you if you should get this right away or not.
Man, from just looking at some of the artwork, it's a different kind of a style of artwork. It's a little bit more let me just kind of give you guys a look. It kind of relies heavily on shading in a way, so it's kind of sick how it kind of just does.
I like it. It's got a good style.
Yeah, it's got a great style.
Yeah, so I'm looking forward to that. And another thing that I this week that I saw is I started watching this new series that came out in the end of January on Netflix. It's called Ragnarok.
Oh yeah,
you've
been telling me about that.
It's in Norwegian. It's straight up like this teenage kid. He comes into town in Norway, into town after being away from some place. His family had moved away. He moves back with his brother and mom to this town, and basically finds out that he's Thor. And then there's these rich people that run the town, and they're the bad guys, of course, and they've been around for over 1,000 years as well. And they're starting to take notice of this new little kid, this teenage kid who's starting to defy them, and they kind of like. I'm not finished with it yet, but
how far are you in?
4.5 episodes. It's only 6 episodes.
Oh, okay.
So I'm almost done. But in the last episode, they found out that he is like a god, and they're gonna try to put a stop to him and kill him. So it's very interesting. It's foreign. It's only 6 episodes, so I don't have a problem watching TV series with only 6 episodes. You can kind of crank them out really quick. So yeah, it's pretty good though. I enjoy it. I think it's it starts off kind of slow, but it's getting pretty good. It's like, I think it's going to be something to watch. You know, I recommend it. I recommend you check it out if you can handle subtitles, if you don't mind foreign stuff. Yeah, this kid is Thor basically, man. But it's not like the Thor from Marvel Comics. It's just Thor from, you know, the mythology.
The mythology
the
of
Norse
Thor.
mythology.
All right.
So,
what else you got? Is that all you got?
Yeah, so that's it. That's my pull list. That's what I've some of the stuff I've checked out in the last week or so.
Okay. All right. So,
what you got, Rick?
So I've been listening to a podcast lately. It's called Monstruo.
Okay.
Yeah. So, of course, me being all fucking weird and shit. It's about it's like serial killer tales almost.
Oh wow. Okay.
It's a dramatized series, and let me see if I can actually get some of the info on here.
Monstruo.
Yeah,
STRUO.
Yeah, Monstruo. It's So what they do is they take different stories from around the world. I've heard stories from Russia. I've heard stories from
Europe.
South America. All over Europe, South America. They had one from Colombia. They had one from Mexico. They have a couple from America. They had one from Japan. I believe they also had one from Africa. I'm not sure if it was
okay.
Tanzania or.
Well, that's a good segue. I'm talking about mythology. You're talking about like monster stories from different cultures.
Yeah, because they really are kind of like monster stories. Like a lot of it's super fucked up. So they take facts. They take a lot of facts and they do their research pretty good, and they take everything that they can find, and they kind of just like write a story about the whole thing. So the guys who do it are Mike Boudet, Jack Luna, Tyler Bell. Those are the guys who are pretty much on like the show, like, and then they have their behind
hosts and writers and stuff.
And they're the ones telling the stories. In between, like each one will take maybe about 5 to 6 minutes.
Okay.
And they'll talk. You know, they'll. It's like they're reading a book to you. It's almost like a book on tape.
Okay.
But it's maybe about 50 minutes per crazy serial killer story. And it's just weird hearing all of these guys, and you know, I actually paid attention to some of their names, looked them up, and like, wow, let me just read some of the shit. And pretty straightforward that these guys take all the facts that they can find about them and they weave a story. Some of the stuff is really dramatized, so you can't take it for being like pretty much, you know, like this is 100% fact. This is what happened. But it's pretty fucking entertaining.
Okay.
Like it's just like imagining somebody reading you like CSI New York or CSI Los Angeles, but
monster stories and.
But yeah, well, not monster. It's called Monstro, but it's so like it says from the heart of a man. That's the way they start off every show. The heart of a man is this. A heart of a man is complicated. A heart of a man is hungry. A heart of a man is, and that kind of reminds me of the whole line from Pet Sematary. The heart of a man is sour.
So tales about the human condition, I'm thinking.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes. So it's like they mention one guy, how like he gets off on how like he's about to kill somebody. This is just my weird shit, but you know, I know that there are people out there who enjoy like you know, like watching movies like Zodiac or Silence of the Lambs or Red Dragon, and you know, the Hannibal Lecter stuff, or even enjoying the show Hannibal. But beyond the lip, like they say, the heart of a man is 9 stories carefully crafted, 1 year in the making, beyond the limits of anything you could possibly imagine, and based on actual events. So I've actually finished seasons 1, and I'm like 2 episodes away from finishing season 2. The only things I haven't listened to is the after show, where they kind of do a recap of everything that they've talked, that
Sure.
their stuff and all their fact checking that they did. But if you can find it on your Apple podcast list, it's pretty interesting. iTunes, I think, iTunes. You can find it on all these other streaming services. Monstro.
Sounds interesting.
Yeah, so they have one called The Man-Eater, The Hobbyist, The Drunkard, The Arsonist. I mean, I was like The General. That's the one from a guy in I think Zimbabwe or in Tanzania. But it's a pretty good listen to. Definitely check it out if you guys are into that kind of shit, which this guy is. I'm fucking deranged.
If you're watching it, there's a good chance you might be.
Yeah.
If you're watching this.
Yeah, right? Who in their right mind is watching this guy?
All two of us.
Yeah. Today.
I'm going to rewatch it myself.
Yeah? Good. I might
Miss at your own peril. That's all I'm saying.
So, the other thing I want to mention is Cobra Kai, dude.
Yeah.
That's probably one of the few shows that I've... So, everybody knows I have an obsession with Stranger Things. The next show after that has the most viewed seasons is probably Cobra Kai.
Really?
Yeah,
okay.
I've probably seen
that show.
First season of Cobra Kai I probably watched about 6 or 7 times. Second season,
Wow.
Second season I probably watched about 6 to 7 times.
Yeah.
And so Cobra Kai is going to be coming back soon. I'm hoping that they finish production on it because goddamn coronavirus is stopping production on just about everything. But yeah, so you have Ralph Macchio coming back as Daniel LaRusso, kind of a smarmy prick, owns a car dealership. You have William Zabka reprising the great Johnny Lawrence. Yes. And it makes you think about a lot of stuff from that first movie. Yeah, Johnny Lawrence sometimes he was kind of an asshole, but if you were his friend, you wouldn't be fucking mad at him for all the shit that happened. Like Daniel LaRusso was kind of being a little pricky bitch about shit. He was, man. Come on.
So the Karate Kid.
He was being a fucking dick. All right, you got Zolo Maridueña as Miguel. I still think that this kid, who plays Miguel in the Cobra Kai series, should be Blue Beetle.
The new Blue Beetle.
New Blue Beetle.
Young Latin teenage kid.
For anybody who doesn't know, I've been advocating Blue Beetle for the longest time. Latinos have not been represented as far as the DC and Marvel universe go, and this would be a long way. Shit, we just got barely represented in Star Wars, all right? So, what's his name? Oscar Isaacs? He's Guatemalan. So his name ain't Poe Dameron. It's Poe Dameron. Just letting y'all know. It's Poe Dameron. So, yeah, you got, who else is in this shit? Sorry. You got Martin Cove. The great Martin Cove coming back as John Kreese. And if you guys have seen the first and second season, you know that second season really left on a great cliffhanger to a lot of shit.
The first season.
The first season, that's why I said, the first season left on a great cliffhanger. Second season, even better, because a lot of shit just hit the fan on many different levels. No spoilers. This is one time I won't give spoilers. But it hits it on so many different levels, and Cobra Kai, it hits those nostalgic marks if you're a super fan of things like Karate Kid, 80s music. They have a lot of good remakes of Cruel Summer. They use the same song
that they use in Karate Kid.
Golfing when they go to golf and stuff. And so it's pretty nostalgic. So check it out if you haven't seen the Cobra Kai series. I think that Cobra Kai season 1 is still for free on YouTube, but season 2 I think you might have to subscribe to YouTube Red or the Premium or whatever the thing is.
I love the fact that they're able to take an old 80s story. When I'm an OG, so something that when I was young I would watch, and then now they're having a modern take with it. It's perfect for millennials. I recommend you see some of the original Karate Kid movies and then watch Cobra Kai, and it brings it all together. You know, you can see how things have changed, how much things have changed, how culture has changed. And they do a great job of just like introducing that old story of Karate Kid to a new generation, to millennials, you know. And it's satisfying to OGs like me too, you know.
Yeah.
Like,
please don't confuse when we tell you to go back and look at the Karate Kid. Don't go watch that Jaden Smith, Jackie Chan fucking
that should have
joke
been
of a fucking flick. That's the Kung Fu Kid.
Yeah,
it's the Kung Fu Kid. But probably wouldn't have been a bad movie if they would have called it the Kung Fu Kid. But they tried to call it the Karate Kid, and they fucked up there. And yeah, don't watch that movie. Remember, watch movies with Ralph Macchio, and even the Hilary Swank movie. Not that bad because you still have Pat Morita in it.
Yeah, that's right.
The next Karate Kid, which I'm hoping for season 3, because season 3 is going to be coming up.
Yeah,
I'm hoping that she might come in. I'm also hoping to see Ali come in, and I'm hoping to see Chosen.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, you know, for people who don't know, Karate Kid Part 2, one of the fucking best fights in all of the Karate Kid movies.
Yeah, they've been talking about him. Yeah.
Yeah. So, and I also want to see who was Hilary Swank, and the guy who played Barnes, the Karate Kid Part 3 bad guy, the fucking karate's bad boy that they. Fucking,
oh yeah. I forgot about him.
They might bring Thomas Ian Griffith as Kreese's buddy.
Oh yeah.
Terry Silver.
Oh yeah.
I'm hoping to see a lot of old faces.
Yeah, so basically we're marking out on the original Karate Kid and the TV show.
They're very good about paying homage
yes.
to the Karate Kid, which is and to a lot of the stuff that's been happening in the past, and they stay real true to the whole the story.
Yeah.
And the characters actually are very well written, which is nice, even 30 years later.
Yeah. So, all right, that's
a good. Well, yeah, watch Karate Kid. You'll be happy with yourself. So, what do you got for your hidden gem, Alex?
My hidden gem. Okay. So my hidden gem. Kind of like when times are tough, like right now with this coronavirus and everything. You gotta don't give in to fear. Have hope. Despite the reality can be really tough, and I know a lot of people are going through some hard times again. But I'm letting you borrow, Rick, because I want you to read these.
I have those.
You have these?
I have them.
I thought, because you asked me, you were like, isn't that the one where Superman's sitting on a cloud?
I have that one.
Know about it?
Yeah, I have those.
Oh, you do?
I do love Alpha.
You gotta read these.
You gotta read these, folks.
Everyone's gotta read All-Star Superman.
It's a must-read.
All-Star Superman is fantastic. It's Superman saving the world. He's gonna die of a super cancer that Lex Luthor gives him, and he sets on a quest to try to make things right for the world.
Just do as much as he can with the time that he has.
Starts. So there's a genius named Professor Quantum, and what Superman does is he maps his DNA to give to Professor Quantum so that someday there can be some more Supermen. And that's just one of the many miracles. He does like 10 miracles in this, and he saves the world. He's Grant Morrison was saying, like, if you were to meet God, if you were to talk to God, he would like totally reassure you and say, don't worry, I'm gonna take care of you. And that's what the influence and the whole thing about the story is. It's all about hope. It's my favorite comic book story of all, and I've brought this up a few times, and I keep bringing it up.
With good reason.
Because I like to read it. I like to read stuff that kind of makes me feel good. Makes me feel like you got to hang on to hope. You got to be strong. You got to because I've gone down some dark paths. Not to get too serious, but we've all been through like really really tough tough times. And, you know, the thing about it is you don't want to let fear consume you. You don't want to let, you know, you don't want to get beat down by all the hard drama, all the hard stuff that life throws at you. And it also shows how, like, Superman also believes in others as well. And, you know, they do a great job of the great Grant Morrison does a great job of displaying Superman how he should be. And it's just a fantastic story full of hope. So that's why I'm bringing that up as my hidden gem, especially during this time. And another hidden gem.
Let me just kind of show this, like, one panel. You guys can see that it's like just Superman kind of just thinking about his own mortality and making his last will and testament, and how he's just thinking about things. I mean, you can actually see, and like, he's actually looking a little bit sick in these panels down below. I mean, it's Superman. You're not supposed to see Superman dying, and it does hit you pretty hard, because I'm not a big fan of Superman.
No, me neither. Me neither.
He's the big blue Boy Scout.
Yeah,
he's
I was
cheese.
always a Batman guy.
He's cheese.
Yeah,
you know, but
he's star spangled corniness.
But the one thing is when the good guy is going down, you don't want to see him go down. Like, you don't want to see the good guy go down, and this good guy goes down swinging.
Oh yeah, he goes down like
down swinging,
just like amazing. It's just like a benevolent God.
He really is. He really is that guy with the heart of gold.
Yeah.
Superman. Grant Morrison really.
I like that picture.
Yeah. Let's here we go.
Yeah, and that artwork is fantastic by the great Frank Quitely.
Yeah.
He's like they're like good friends. Him and Grant Morrison. They're from. I think they're from the same part of Scotland.
I like how he draws them. Very soft. It's like, look at the look that he has on his face is very serene.
Yeah.
You know, you really never see like Superman like that. He always, like, you know, with a little cheesy ass smile, but right there he's just chill.
Yeah.
He's chill. All right, and what else you got?
Sir.
Sorry, I didn't mean to cut you off.
No, that's fine. And the last thing is, I brought the first book of The Sandman by Neil Gaiman.
Nice.
And this is great. Like, so again, in times of trouble and times of feeling down, I look to stuff that's inspirational, stuff that's all about, like, you know, tales of morality and of having a fighting spirit and just being hopeful and you know, believing in something higher than yourself, you know. And I'm not necessarily talking about religion. I'm just talking about, like, you know, in a spirit, in love and things like that. And there's one real amazing story. So basically, the Sandman is a character. He's the manifestation of dream. So you have the manifestation of death. You have dream. You have despair. You have all these basically gods, and these tales, they're like fairy tales, revolve around the Sandman, this character. Also known as Morpheus. So it's great. There's just one real quick story I want to tell you about. It's called A Hope in Hell. And basically, Sandman, he has like his helmet. He has like this special kind of helmet, and it's stolen by a demon and taken to hell. And so Dream, Morpheus, he goes to hell to collect his helmet. And so he goes into hell, and basically, through the rules of hell, they said you have to challenge this demon to get your helmet back. So then he goes, so the demon is the challenger, and he goes, as the challenger, I set the meter and take first move. And the challenger is Dream, once the master of the realm of sleep. So let's have a big hand for Mr. Sandman. And it starts off. So basically, they have a fight where they have to kind of have a verbal sparring of, like, I say something and then in response you say something to counter my move.
Oh, okay. So it's pretty much just verbal banter going back and forth.
It's great though because it goes, if you lose, the demon says, if you lose, you will serve as a plaything of hell for eternity, our slave. And then Sandman says, I understand. And he goes, very well. I have the first move. And the demon says, I am a dire wolf, prey-stalking, lethal prowler. And Sandman goes, my move. I am a hunter, horse-mounted, wolf-stabbing. I smell spilt alcohol, stale smoke, and cheap sex, perfume, and mold. And I feel the grass beneath my hooves, the flank between my legs. All is real. Nothing is real. The demon's name is Corazon, and Corazon's move is, and he says, I'm a horsefly, horse-stinging, hunter-throwing. And then the Sandman goes, I am a spider, fly-consuming, 8-legged.
Holy shit, these guys are just like
and then the demon goes, I am a snake, spider-devouring, poison-tooth. Sandman goes, I am an ox, snake-crushing, heavy-footed.
You know what this reminds me of right now? You ever see, what's it called? The Sword in the Stone?
No, I haven't.
You ever see The Sword in the Stone, the animated one? It's pretty much like Madam Mim and fucking Merlin fucking just doing a wizard they're doing a wizard battle.
So then the demon goes, I am anthrax, butcher bacterium, warm life destroying, and he basically kills the ox. And then he goes, the Sandman goes, I think I'm going to abandon the offensive. I am a world, space floating, life nurturing. And the demon goes, I am a nova, all exploding, planet cremating. And then the Sandman goes, I am the universe, all things encompassing, all life embracing. And the demon goes,
are you going to read the whole fucking book?
This is where it ends. I am anti-life, the beast of judgment. I am the dark at the end of everything, the end of universes, gods, worlds, of everything. And then the demon smugly goes, and what will you be then, Dream Lord? And he just goes, I am hope.
Done.
Over. It's a great story. I love that story. I love it so much.
Game, set, and match.
I'm sorry I made you bear with me as I read that. You gotta read it yourself. It's in the early book of Sandman. It's in the 4th book. But I love that story because he ends it with hope, and the demon can't counter that. You know, like the demon can't have a response to hope because it is like the highest thing, you know. And the story is called A Hope in Hell. So I love that story. It's another inspirational thing. As you can tell, it makes me all choked up and makes me all the feels. So thank you for bearing with me.
Did he get his mask back?
He won it.
Okay, cool.
Because you can't beat hope.
I just wanted to make sure.
The demon is like...
Because if he didn't get his mask back, that'd be fucked up. Like, ha, fuck you. Fuck your hope.
He gets his mask back. And I hope I didn't lose too many people on that. But again, it is a fantastic read. And it is just something awesome. It's one of the great things in parables. I love parables, you know.
So it's funny that you bring that one up. Because this has actually been one of the things I've been watching. My Hidden Gem. And you guys can actually catch this on YouTube. All you got to do is look up Stephen King full-length movies, which you'll have a good variety to choose from there. They have the Night Flyer, they have the Langoliers, they have the Tommyknockers. But the one I'm talking about is, I talked about it before. I think I let you borrow the first book, The Stand.
Yeah, I have it. I have to read that. Yeah.
So The Stand right now should be very prevalent for everybody because of the same thing. Like you're looking at that, and I'm looking at the more bleaker side of everything. With The Stand is
Negatron and
Optimistic Prime. Negatron, it fucking holds true. So yeah, there's a disease called Captain Trips in The Stand, a book by Stephen King, that pretty much decimates 98% of the world's population, and it's kind of where I think, you know, the media wants to like lead us to believe that this is what's going on right now with this coronavirus. But the movie itself, it's a miniseries. It's about 3 to 4 hours long. Stars Gary Sinise, Molly Ringwald, James Sheridan, Rob Lowe, Laura San Giacomo, Miguel Ferrer, Ruby D, Bill Fagerbakke, Cora Nemec, Ray Walston. I love Ray Walston.
Yeah. That's a good cast.
Matt Frewer, Ossie Davis.
Oh, yeah. Great Ossie Davis.
Yeah, Shawnee Smith. So It's on YouTube for free. You can just look it up and watch it. So it's about an influenza virus that takes hold, and like I said, it kills 98% of the people. And in America, people are dreaming. You're either dreaming of Mother Abigail, or you're dreaming of the Walking Dude, Randall Flagg. So pretty much either dreaming about good or evil. And evil takes you to Sin City, to Vegas, where like they were like when you see the four come over and they start saying all the trains run on time, everything is done by order. If you use drugs, they will crucify you, literally, and put you on one of the light poles in Las Vegas. They lined light poles all the way to Vegas with crucified bodies of, this person was this person was that, this person was a thief. I mean, they were very absolute in their judgment. Unlike the Free Zone, who was ran by Mother Abigail, a little bit more lenient. They talked about things. They would expel you. They were fair, but you either fell into one camp or the other, and it really is like a battle of good and evil. And for it to play out after like a big epidemic of an influenza that pretty much leaves America with so many folks, they meet in Boulder, Colorado, and they send 4 people to go meet their fates. They have to take a stand, and pretty much they're standing in the, I'm not a religious person anymore, but they stand in the face and for God. Like, here we are bearing witness to all this, these atrocities this fucker's putting up there, and we're here to tell them that it's bullshit. And that's what they do. And it's a very good movie. The reason I bring it out is because like I said, I've been watching this for I've been reading it, and then I decided to watch it. And it's kind of crazy how like people have been writing about this kind of shit forever, kind of predicting these kind of things. So yeah, go check out The Stand. That's my hidden gem. If you guys, there's a lot of people who probably haven't even heard about it, but definitely go check it out. It's a great cast. Gary Sinise from Forrest Gump, Molly Ringwald, 16 Candles, Rob Lowe from St. Elmo's Fire, Wayne's World, Bill Fagerbakke. He's Patrick from SpongeBob SquarePants. He's Dauber from Coach.
Ruby D,
dude, great Ruby D. Yeah. Ruby D. She played Mother Abigail. She's under a lot of makeup, but it's not fair to her. She's
Miguel
a beautiful
Ferrer.
Miguel Ferrer is fucking awesome.
Yeah.
In this, and so is Matt Frewer. Matt Frewer plays the trash can man. So if you haven't seen or even heard of
Ossie Davis,
the great Ossie Davis,
rest in peace.
Very, 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 very minor role, but very good in what he does. Yeah. So if you guys haven't seen or seen The Stand, there's no excuse.
I haven't seen it.
It's on.
I have no excuse.
No excuse. It's on YouTube for free, guys. So definitely go check it out. And one more thing for me is I'm a big gamer. So PlayStation just came out this month. 2 new games: Sonic Force. My friend said you can make a character. Haven't really played it yet, but the big game was a game called Shadow of the Colossus. It's pretty much a game where these giant things called colossuses, they walk the earth.
Okay.
And that's pretty much the level. You're facing the boss. You're climbing up, and you're trying to work your way and killing the boss all the way up until you get to the final part of it, and downing like a giant like woolly mammoth or a giant snake.
Oh wow.
Or a giant flying serpent. But they're these giant massive rock sculptures that are pretty fucking dope, and it's an awesome game. I highly recommend it for almost everybody out there. It's not a game for everybody, so it's a free game. If you have space on your YouTube, if you have space on your PlayStation, definitely check it out. It's a very, very, very awesome game. Also, still, Final Fantasy VII Remake. I can't say enough about that shit. Yeah. If you haven't got that, please download it. Play it multiple times. Hit me up on SF Comic Book Code in the comment sections in this to see if you guys really like it or not. but it really is an awesome game. Yeah, so that's
all right,
pretty much a good show, Alex. You know, like I can't believe me and Alex had to do this show by ourselves, but
I know we miss you, Ray.
Yeah, Ray.
Sure. I hope you're having
I can't wait till
fun
you come back, so I don't have to try to do this shit again. It's a little daunting being here and hosting. So you know, hopefully I didn't fucking disappoint. Hopefully I didn't lose any subscribers, because if we do, it's 136 current. Hit like and subscribe, folks. Please comment on everything that we do. We really would love to hear your feedback. So
yeah, and I noticed, and I look at some of the shows. Sometimes I have mistakes on things. So
really, no.
I mean, you know, like
I think you made.
I might say like the wrong actor in a movie or whatever, the wrong writer of a book or whatever. You know.
That's what it was. You said you just watched Locke, right? And you said it was like you just saw it like last year. But then afterwards you said 2017.
No.
I'm like, that's 3 years ago, bro.
The movie Locke came out in like 2017.
But you just saw it
but
last year.
I saw it in 2019,
okay.
and I loved
right.
it so much. Speaking about hope, that's another good movie, Locke. Okay, I digress. Sorry, folks.
All right. So where can we find you, Alex?
On this channel, you know, hit like and subscribe, and I'll be here every so often, you know. I'm here to support, and I love talking about these things. I try to suggest some things that you may like, and, you know, hopefully you can check some of these things out that we recommend. And,
yeah,
you know, if you like them, then let us know.
Definitely, folks. Hit like and subscribe like Alex said. Like I said, we're going to say it 3 times. Hit like and subscribe. So... Also, you can find us on SF Comic Book Co. on IG, on Instagram. We have pictures of a shirt. I don't know if a shirt's out there available. Not too sure. Me and Ray are going to have to talk about it. If not, I want to talk to Leo. Just maybe get like a lavish seal design, which would kind of be cool. You know, like lavish seal.
Oh, yeah.
Lavish seal created at SF Comic Book Co.
Thanks to all the...
yeah, thanks to every, you know, all the comic book shops that, you know, Ray... and you frequent. I've only been to some of them. I really haven't been back into comics. I buy more trades than anything. But you know, we'd like to say thanks to Amazing Fantasy, Fantastic Comics, Comics and Cards Central, also Mission Comics and Super 7. Also, there's a variety of other comic shops, at least like for me, that have gone under since then, that I'd really like to say thanks to, because you know, without those guys I probably wouldn't have been the comic reader that I am right now. So for me, thanks for Galaxy Comics that used to be on top of the hill, Daly City.
Oh wow.
Yeah, so okay. That was one of the things for me. Lee's Comics in El Camino. I think it's in San Mateo
now.
So these are a couple places that I used to get my books when I was collecting single issues, but now I only collect trades, and trades that these guys hand off to me for me to read. So I just want to say thanks to Graham once again for the music. Dude, the music is fucking dope. If we can play the music like on very low throughout the whole fucking show on fucking repeat, I think I probably would. So I want to say thanks to Ray. You know, hope you're having a good time up there in Seattle. So, you know, Ray Doomzilla, that's his IG. You can find me at Max Effort Grayson on IG. Also, Max Effort Grayson with no O in the Grayson on Twitter. You can, you know, like and subscribe, follow all of these, and for all the followers that we have on Instagram and Twitter, can you guys like and subscribe this page, because you know, we're trying to build this channel, and it's a lot of hard work. We really enjoy doing this stuff for you guys, because I mean, pretty much this is all we do. We just talk movies, talk stuff,
geek out.
So,
and you know, we love the people.
We do love the people. We're for the people, by the people, you know. So thanks a lot to the SF company peeps.
You know, reach out if you need anything. You know,
are you gonna start singing?
You can even hit us up. You know, like I will always offer you the best advice I could.
Slide into your DMs?
No.
All right, folks. So thanks a lot for bearing with us here. So this was issue number 20, and all right. So it looks like we are one and done. Hit like and subscribe.